Awakened awareness is all-inclusive, and it's that which includes all. So there's nothing within awareness, none of its dynamic energy. We talk about it very simply here, just points of view. None of its points of view has any way at all of affecting awareness, because it is awareness. How could it affect awareness? It can't have a negative effect. It can have a positive effect. It can have an enlightened effect in that every point of view, no matter what it is, because it already is awareness, it has total recall about itself as awareness. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to coax our points of view or prod them with a stick in order to get them to know that they are awareness. Every point of view already has total recall about itself as awareness. I have a little story about this poking point of view to try to make it into something, to try to make it into a spiritual point of view, or to try to dress it up or fix it up in some way, elaborate it with other descriptions. This is a story about a leopard that they found in Rishikesh. The leopard was at the bus stop, and it was a big leopard, like as long as that bank of windows. It was a big leopard, and it was just sitting there at the bus stop. Who knows what it was doing there? It crossed the Ganga and it took up residence there at the bus stop. So everyone was trying to get the leopard to leave town because leopards are dangerous. So they did everything. They'd go, shoo, shoo. They'd all get to, but the leopard wouldn't move. They squirted it with water. They opened it didn't go anywhere. They opened a path and the leopard still wouldn't move. So one man took a spear, a stick, with the point on the end, that's a spear, and he started poking the leopard. It's the wrong thing to do. Poking the leopard is the wrong thing to do. Poking the point of view is the wrong thing to do. The leopard attacked the man. So this is if we take points of view to be something, only their description, then we end up like the man attacked by the leopard. We end up totally besieged by points of view all of our life and feeling that there's no way out. But there is never a way out of awakened awareness. That's what we never have a way out of. But unless we take it on ourselves to know that as our very essence, to know that as our true nature, then we'll spend our entire lives not really understanding who we are. So conclusively, to realize who we really are, this practice of natural rest is the easiest. It's the easiest and the most straightforward. It's freedom in immediate perception. And when we find the freedom in one perception, what that means is a perception, a point of view, and perception and point of view are synonymous. A perception arises. We're aware of what it is. We just simply rest as the essence of that perception, the awakened awareness that is the essence of that perception. If we see only the label, then we don't know the true nature of the point of view. We have to know that the point of view has no independent origin other than awareness. So the point of view has never had any origin whatsoever than awareness. It didn't come from somewhere else. It didn't come from a sphere, a scope outside awareness. Awareness is inclusive of everything. So all points of view, no matter what they are awareness, no matter their vivid description, no matter their magical display, no matter their incredible expression that is so distinct and clear. Their essence is awakened awareness and nothing else. And as we're resting naturally, when that perception appears, we see that it just vanishes naturally. It's its own undoing. We never have had to do anything about these points of view at all. They vanish in and of themselves, like the flight path of a bird in the sky. There's nothing we need to do about them. When we rest naturally, then we see that there's maybe a gap between the points of view, maybe not, and then another point of view, and we see that the next point of view, that too comes from awareness. That's awareness and nothing else. It's just the dynamic energy of awareness, separate from it, like the brilliance of a diamond is inseparable from the diamond. So inseparable from it. No matter what the point of view is, it's entirely inseparable from awareness. But unless we have the direct experience of that, we can't know it's real. We cannot know it's real. We cannot know that that is the origin, the essence, the underlying basis of the point of view. If we just think about it and read lots of books on awakening and say, oh yeah, sounds good, I know that's true, we can know forever that it's true, but unless we have the direct experience of the reality of what we are and continue to strengthen that through natural rest, we'll never know what we are. If we're waiting around, maybe we've heard, if awakening's supposed to happen to you, it will, and if it isn't supposed to happen, it won't. Maybe that's one of the things we've heard. Awakening, it happens spontaneously. You never know where it's going to pop up, and you'll never know who's going to be awareness and who isn't. Well, if we've heard something like that, then it's important to know that's just a point of view. That's a point of view. Although awakening does happen spontaneously once in a great while for someone, to wait for it is to spend a lifetime hoping that something will happen and fearing that it won't. It's to spend an entire lifetime wrapped up in that. If awareness were not already present, where would it come from once it's recognized? If awareness were not already present, where would it come from when it's recognized? So you see, there have never been two. There's only awareness, awakened awareness, already accomplished is our true nature. And it's likely we've learned a lot of things other than that. Maybe you've heard what I'm saying here before, but I doubt that you've heard it in such a direct way, in such a direct and easy way, because almost all teachings, even though they may call themselves a teaching of non-duality, they talk about a personal identity that needs to be fixed, a personal identity who's in trouble, and a personal identity who's living a life of crisis and ordeal and has all these uncontrollable mechanisms going on within it, and that all of these are the pain body or are called something like that, and they need to be quelled in order to ever have a possibility of being enlightened. Well, in the Great Freedom teaching, we don't talk about a personal identity that needs to be fixed. There's only awakened awareness inclusive of all points of view. A personal identity is equal to every other point of view. Dog, cat, muscle spasm, falling in love. They're all points of view that are equal. We can prove this to ourselves in a very straightforward way. And that is just to sit here and ask yourself, how often do I really have the point of view, yeah, I'm somebody. I'm so-and-so. I'm sure of it. Well, we rarely have that point of view. So to say that a point of view we rarely have is a fixed entity that somehow is in between awareness and our realization of it is to spend a lifetime all wrapped up in some kind of illusory thing that needs to be fixed. So this is all part of the realm of cause and effect, where there has to be some kind of cause. There has to be some kind of cause that made us not realize that we're awareness. And that cause must be me. That's what we say. That cause must be little old bad me. Bad me. The me who needs to be fixed. Well, if we spend our life trying to fix ourselves and taking ourselves to be somebody who needs to be fixed, we'll never see anything else because there's never any end to this illusory personal identity. So, when we hear this talk about lifetimes, which is also a point of view, or reincarnation, or karma, or original sin, all these are points of view. They're points of view arising in awareness, all equal, all absolutely equal to any other point of view. When we hear all these points of view, no matter what they are, we need to just come to a full stop, put the brakes on, wham. Just and ask ourselves, well, how did I decide that I am subject to these things? How did I decide I am subject? How did I decide I am I, first of all? And then how did I decide that this I has all these fearful consequences called original sin if we're from the West, karma or reincarnation if we live in other parts of the world, and other things too in other cultures. How did I decide that I am these things? Well, none of us had these things as an original idea. You know, all of these things are things we've adopted from other people.